a big loss for the Big East, and we're back to Big East football. Finally, Boston College and West Virginia with 5:43 to go in the first quarter. Scoreless so far. Boston College 2 opening drives that got them into West Virginia territory. Once failed on a 4th and 8. Once fumbled at the 3-yard line, recovered by Mike Collins of the Mountaineers, and now Jake Kelchner and the West Virginia offense has taken center stage here late in the first quarter. 1st and 10, West Virginia from its own 15-yard line. Cutting outside is Walker, and Robert Walker got to the corner and got to the 31-yard line. Terrence Wiggins drags him down, but he's got a first down.
Well, Robert Walker's averaging 5.1 yards a carry, but he has the speed to get outside on this play. Hits it up inside isolation and then bounces it wide. West Virginia came off their own goal line the play before with a play action pass and then come off with the same action and run the ball. That's the key to the offense. Be able to run the ball and play action pass and get it to the receivers.
Brad Nessler, Gary Danielson, Charlene Hawks, and Dr. Jerry Punch with you from Alumni Stadium in Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts. Sold out stadium for 8-2 Boston College and 10-0 West Virginia. And it's Robert Walker trying the right side and maybe got 2. Let's check in with Jerry Punch. Doc?
Thanks, Brad, and hello, everyone. You know, the big questions coming into the game today for the Mountaineers of West Virginia is the status of the right hamstring for Jake Kelchner. Now, Kelchner injured the hamstring against Rutgers. This week, he has not practiced all week as far as not running and not sprinting. They were very concerned about how it would respond if he had to tuck the ball and run. Remember, hamstrings, like any pulled muscle, like warmth and like rest, and it will get neither today. It's about 38 degrees here on the field. That's the big concern. Will the hamstring hold up here early in the game against BC?
Robert Walker with Ted Page draped all over him, along with Stephen Boyd. Combining on the tackle, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down and long for Jake Kelchner and his hamstring. Play coming in late. Nate Ryan, the tight end, brings it in. Now a 3rd down and 8. Kelchner, the nation's pass efficiency leader, entering this ball game, and he's got his hands full here. 3rd down and 8. Comes a blitz. Kelchner waits. He waited too long. Chris Sullivan with a sack.
And Brad, you said it right. He waited too long because of the coverage downfield. Whenever you see a quarterback clutch it a couple times, you know they had good coverage downfield. Sullivan is going against Brayman, the All-American tackle for West Virginia, and you just see his pressure from the outside was too much for Jake to get away from.
Going to try to get some pressure on the punter, Sauerbrunn. He's got a great leg, and he showed it again as Kenyatta Watson has to backpedal to the 20-yard line and takes a shot. After about a 3-yard return, he's swarmed under. 49-yard kick, and Boston College will be on offense when we come back. Scoreless so far here at Alumni Stadium in Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts. Brad Nessler and Gary Danielson. Huge game for both teams. 8 in a row for one, and 11 straight for West Virginia dating back to last week. They don't look tight at all, though.
No,
Gary.
They're not. I mean, West Virginia has a chance, a legitimate chance to play for the national championship, but they're playing a quarterback in Glenn Foley who is as hot as any quarterback in the country.
So far, the storyline of this one is that Boston College has been able to move it down the field. West Virginia has had to punt on their first 2 possessions, and Boston College now with its 3rd try. Remember, they fumbled at the 3-yard line the last time they had it when they were down close to the Mountaineer goal line. Foley and company lines up at the 23 this time. End around coming. Actually, they gave it off to Campbell. Faked the end around. And Campbell goes out to the 30-yard line. We'll give him about 6 on the pickup. And Darnell closing in on 1,000 now, and he'll become the 9th Boston College player to ever reach that rushing milestone. And I think that carry right there just about did it for him.
But when you talk about the Boston College offense, it's a multiple offense, a lot of formations, a lot of different looks for the defense. The goal is to try to get that defense playing a vanilla on the heels and doing a lot of reading instead of being aggressive to the ball.
Second down and 3 for Foley. Got some pressure, but got it across the middle to who else? Pete Mitchell with a 42, give him 12 yards and a first down.
You know what you like about a Glenn Foley is he knows he's got a good thing in Pete Mitchell, so he's going to stay with him. It's man-to-man coverage. He knew it was a blitz. He's just going to stay with this guy he has confidence in. This time, a little pressure release off Collins. Look at that zip ball right on the numbers. Very safe throw against the blitz. Don't always have to go for the home run ball just because they're coming with an all-out blitz.
Mitchell caught 13, tying a single game record that Tom Waddle had. 13 against Notre Dame last week. That was his first of the day today. David Green, his first carry of the afternoon, nets him 4 yards before Derek Wiley, the outside linebacker, can make the stop.
You know, Brad, we talked to the coaches, Coach Nealon for West Virginia, and we said, how do you slow down a Glenn Foley? And he said, really, we watch it all. We watch guys play zone. We watch guys change up coverages. We watch people try to blitz them. There's really no way to stop them, but we have to knock them down. It's like a boxer. We have to knock them down in the early rounds and hope it has an effect late in the game.
John Nealon was hoping Foley would sprain his thumb sometime last night, not play today. Only about a yard on the pickup for Darnell Campbell, and we'll have a 3rd and 5. Just 1:15 left in our first quarter here. And if Oklahoma should somehow pull the surprise in Lincoln, this game would be doubled in magnitude. 3rd and 5. Foley really had to zip that and turn his back. He knew he was going to take a shot, and he's short of the first down with a throw. It'll be 4th and about a yard and a half. Keith Miller made the grab.
Glenn Foley does such a nice job backing up, seeing the defense, and he throws so many passes off balance, but he has a lot of zip. Watch, he's backing up, zip, throws that ball. Good job by West Virginia's defense. That's the type of pressure they have to have. They can't allow him to take all day and pick apart their zones.
Jeff Beckley just under 41 a kick this season. And back deep will be Mike Baker. West Virginia with a return set up. Beckley, nice kick. Fair catch taken. 37-yard punt, hung it up there, and Baker had to take the fair catch at the 13-yard line. Scoreless, Boston College and West Virginia, just under a minute remaining in the first quarter. And for the second time, the Mountaineers start inside their own 15-yard line. Kelchner still at the controls. Gives it off. Walker about 3. And Stephen Boyd again in on the hit. Aaron Studstill has been warming up throughout this game. We'll probably see both quarterbacks regardless of how Kelchner handles the hamstring problem, Gary.
Well, I think so, because Studstill had success here at this stadium 2 years ago. 3 touchdown passes when he played significantly, and they probably bring him in as a change-up to get out of the pocket.
2nd and 7, West Virginia from its own 16-yard line. Baker in motion. Play action for Kelchner. That's a tough throw. And he got it in there to Jay Kearney, and it's going to be good enough for a first down.
A tough throw is right, and a dangerous throw, because Eric Shorter, with no backs out on the flat, the strong safety, number 6 Shorter, was able to almost run under that throw and pick it off.
Both teams have had it 3 times. West Virginia will still have it when the second quarter starts when we come back. Scoreless so far. No score as we get set to start the second quarter. And the Mountaineers of West Virginia, with a perfect 10-0 record, have it at their own 24-yard line. Jake Kelchner, 3 out of 3 so far. Total yardage, it's been all Boston College with 2 lengthy drives that netted them no points. Kelchner wanted to go deep off the play fake and finally does. And he's got his man. Jay Kearney, that's his home run hitter. And Kearney's got it all the way to the 28-yard line, 48 yards.
Play action pass against Boston's College. Bear look, a 5-3 look. But Terrence Wiggins, the free safety, was down there in the middle of the field. This ball really should not have been thrown. This was somewhat of a prayer here. But both defensive backs overrun the ball. Kearney makes a nice comeback catch. And Kelchner, bad hamstring, throws up a flutter ball and ends up with a big play.
Kearney came in averaging almost 30 yards a catch. He's not going to hurt his average too much if he keeps pulling in those kind. 48 yards later, first down at the 29. Kelchner, a lot of pressure, got nailed as he threw, and Kearney's got it again. Out of bounds at the 4-yard line, 1st and goal. 25 yards that time.
Brad, really, there was no excuse for Michael Reed this time, the corner. There's a free safety in the middle of the field. As you see him top right of your screen, he should not have bit on the post. Michael Reed bites. Kearney comes up with a big catch, and that's a big play on a missed assignment by the defense. Kelchner into that throw, catches one big from Ted Page right in the gut, but you'll take a big play like that for a
Kearney's already got a 100-yard game, his 4th of the year. 1st and goal at the 4. Kelchner rolls, wants to run with it, and down he goes. Lost a yard. Mike Mamula with a tackle. I don't know if Jake wanted to run that one or not. It looked like he was thinking about throwing, Gary.
Well, if he was up here and watching the play develop, he would have thrown the ball to Nate Ryan, his tight end, because he was wide open. And it was a play-action pass. It's something that a lot of teams are doing right side of your screen. I don't know if we're going to get a shot of the tight end coming wide open, but he gets flushed out of the pocket. You see in the back of the end zone, he had his other tight end open too, but a little bit too much pressure coming inside.
Actually, a loss of about a half yard. 2nd and goal, just inside the 5 for the Mountaineers. Walker got tagged after he picked a couple of yards up. Wiggins and Boyd were there to meet him, and it'll be 3rd and goal.
Well, Boyd is the leading tackler, but near the goal line, you have to have your free safety involved to stop the running game. Boyd hits him first, and Wiggins cleaned up on the play. This is the situation where the running game and the isolation play of West Virginia has to power the ball into the end zone.
Extra tight end comes in for West Virginia. Ed Hill will be the lone wide receiver. And Walker the tailback on 3rd and goal. Here he comes, and there he goes. Stopped in his tracks. And time to kick, says Don Nealon.
Both teams have now had a big stop in this football game. West Virginia did it with a turnover early in a drive by Boston College. Now on the same end of the field, the Boston College Eagles get a stop on an isolation play just like you knew it was coming. They were loaded to stop it, and they did.
Tom Mazzone, there's his numbers on the season. This should be a chip shot of 20 yards. First points of the afternoon belong to the Mountaineers of West Virginia. Mazzone from 20 has put Coach Nealon's team in front. 12:05 to go, first half. West Virginia by 3. Back at Alumni Stadium, Boston College trails unbeaten West Virginia 3-0 with 12:05 remaining in the first half. And the Mountaineers trying to go to 11-0. They just had an impressive looking drive, but it netted them only a 20-yard field goal. 84 yards in 8 plays, 3:48 off the clock before Mazzone's field goal. Todd Sauerbrunn will tee it up, and Tony Ransom and Anthony Comer await for Boston College. Travels over to Ransom in the corner, and it's a touchback as he tiptoes out after making the catch. So Boston College will work from its own 20-yard line. Here's how things look in the Bowl Coalition poll as we speak. Number 1, Nebraska tied with Oklahoma at the end of 3 quarters. So the Cornhuskers trying to remain perfect at 11-0. Florida State travels to Gainesville. The swamp has not been kind to anyone for years, it seems. West Virginia with a lead here. Auburn's season is over, and Notre Dame's likewise at 10-1. So major importance, and especially if Oklahoma pulls off the upset in Lincoln, this game gains even more status. Foley on first down. Going deep. Overthrows everybody. Closest man out there was Aaron Beasley, the cornerback for West Virginia. Foley had hit his last 7 passes before that one.
The offense for Boston College is usually spread them out using the whole 53 yards of the football field and allow most of the receivers to work on the linebackers and try to pick them apart. You can see what he's doing. 64% the last 8 games. The thing that's not on there is he hasn't been sacked in the last 8 games.
Only 6 sacks all season long. As Gary said, 4 of those happened against Miami in the season opener. That is serious protection that his line up front has afforded him. Here comes a blitz from West Virginia, and the line picks that blitz up too. And the pass is complete Clarence Cannon, and he ripped it out of what could have been an interception. I thought somebody was going to go the other way with that one.
It was David Mayfield, number 30. He really did intercept it from Mayfield. Foley's got such a live arm. The ball just rockets out of his hand. West Virginia has to put pressure on Foley. Little bit of a fake there. He knows he's going. He knows he's got man-to-man coverage. Zip, that ball's on the way. And watch him intercept it from the DB right here. Mayfield thinks he has the ball. Where'd it go? What a catch.
And a first down at the 42. And right back to throw it again. And Pete Mitchell is into West Virginia territory to the 49-yard line.
Brad, you and I were talking. We're watching this football game against Notre Dame a week ago, and everybody in the bars is saying, hey, they're just going to throw the ball 82. Why don't they cover number 82? The tight end is the toughest position to stop on the football field because he's matched up with linebackers most of the time. Linebackers do not do a good job of stopping a very active tight end. So he's going to look to him even if he's double covered.
You saw 10 of those catches by Mitchell for first downs, 2 for touchdowns. The other one was a 9-yard pickup, which the last one was. And on 2nd and 1, Darnell Campbell blasts down to the 40 for a first down. Mike Collins made the tackle.
The Boston College offense is averaging over 500 yards total offense on the year. And everybody talks about Glenn Foley and how well they throw the ball, but they're running the ball 42 times a game, throwing it 32 times a game. If you can rush to close to 200 yards like they are, that's a tough offense to stop.
Campbell already 45 yards today, has eclipsed the 1,000-yard barrier. His team is down, though, by 3. 10:35 to go in the half. They fake the end around again and lock one out and complete down to the 15 to Comer. And Comer to the 13-yard line. Aaron Beasley hanging on for dear life.
Earlier in the game, they ran off tackle, faked the reverse. This time they fake off tackle, fake the reverse, and hit Comer on the wheel route coming up the left sideline. David Mayfield, number 30, has man-to-man the running back. He did his assignment. That's just a good call and good execution by the Eagle offense. 1st and 10, Boston College at the West Virginia 13-yard line. Trailing by 3, but threatening here. 60% of his plays are called at the line of scrimmage. Which is where he's called this one. And he wants to throw to the corner, incomplete. Intended for Keith Miller, who has a couple of grabs already today. That's really no surprise to Steve Dunlap, the defensive coordinator for West Virginia. And he decided that he's going to have to play a lot of change-up defenses in this game to try to slow down Foley. But the problem is, no matter what he calls, he knows he has to knock him down. He has to stay in his face, and he has to put pressure on him. Cannon and Miller both to Foley's right. On 2nd and 10, he lofts it to the end zone. It's intercepted. Aaron Beasley, who almost had one earlier on this drive, has got this one. And the Mountaineers come up with a second big defensive play of the afternoon. 90% of quarterbacking is throwing to the right guy. Foley threw to the right guy that time. He just did not make a very good throw. This ball, as you see him throwing off balance, should have gone about another 7 yards to the back of the end zone. He threw it right to Beasley. He turns around and says, hey, I got a puppy interception right here. This is right in my lap. And you know he's excited. He sat out the Boston College game last year due to disciplinary reasons. And he just disciplined one of Glenn Foley's passes there. West Virginia takes over. Darren Studstill is in at quarterback. And Rodney Woodard takes it out for about 5 yards. It's that Nebraska ground game. Trying to stretch it out. Jake Kelchner trying to stretch out his hamstring, as he's played 3 of the 5 series for West Virginia. And it's going to be 3rd down and about 6. I'll tell you, Teddy Page, number 9, he's having a good start to this football game. Last week was Mamula. This week it's been Teddy Page beating his guy at the line of scrimmage. They tried to do a little bit of a trap inside. Page beat his man, made the tackle in the backfield. You know, 2 high-powered offenses, and so far, because of the turnovers, it's been the defense's rule in the game so far. 0 for 4 for the Mountaineers so far on 3rd down. This time 6 to go from their own 24. Studstill in trouble, got out of it somehow, and shows the wheels
to get a first down at the 35-yard line, an 11-yard scramble. Joe Kamara finally brought him down. That's what Darren does so well, Gary.
Oh, well, it's kind of like a change-up for a defense, because Studstill came in. Steve Szabo, defensive coordinator for Boston College, said, we want to flush Studstill out of the pocket. We think he has a little bit of the happy feet. We want to put pressure inside and see how he reacts to it. Well, he reacted pretty good to that one. Got out, ran for the first down. 5 men rushed on that play.
He really hung in the pocket till the last possible instant and got a first down at the 35. 3 wideouts. But the give is to Walker in a big hole up the middle. And he's to midfield. Give him 15, maybe 16 on the carry. Dan Kerr made the tackle.
Same isolation play they've been running all day, but this time a lot more room for the linebacker to fill. You're going to see it. The right guard LeBlanc is going to take Page inside that time, a little cross action. That's a lot of space to run. There's no linebacker that can fill with there's 5 yards of space for the running back to run. Fullback just frames up. He can break inside or outside.
We told you Walker would become the single season rushing champ for the Mountaineers, and just did that with a 16-yard carry. First down at midfield. Here he comes again, left side. Give him 4 more to the 46. Mike Mamula made the tackle. Robert Walker came in 13th in the country in rushing, a sophomore out of Huntington, West Virginia, and there's his numbers on the season, a new West Virginia rushing record. And he has got 23 runs of 10 to 20 yards. That 16-yarder a little while ago. And the last 6 games just keeps rolling along. Almost 7 per carry, and not hurting that average today. 11 carries so far for 57 yards for Walker. Second and a long 5. He'll get the call again. This time only about 3. Brian Howlett, who went out shaken up earlier in the ball game, makes a stop.
You can see the Boston College defense evolving to try to stop the run. They've had some success, so that time Steve Szabo calls a run blitz. Stephen Boyd, number 15, hits the play and tries to take the fullback out in the backfield, and Howlett really scrapes over and makes the tackle in for a little bit of a gain. Steve Szabo, coach at Ohio State, he says, hey, I'm used to this offense, just like Michigan offense.
Third down at 2, 7th play of the Mountaineer drive. Blitz from the corner, and it paid off. Joe Kamara came from the corner and made the tackle.
Darren Studstill knew he had a blitz coming from the corner. Joe Kamara, number 5, up to the top right here, is coming from the corner. Studstill knew he had it. He handed off. I know he wanted to get out of the play. You wonder if he had an audible to get out of, too, because he was very unhappy after the handoff.
So another good-looking drive will end in a punting situation for Sauerbrunn. And Keith Miller is back at the 10-yard line this time for the Eagles of Boston College. Do you think about faking a punt on 4th down at a long 2? Nope. Miller with a fair catch, and again we'll take it around the 12 or 13-yard line. With 1 minute, 21 seconds remaining in the first half. Still 3-0. Foley on first down. Loads it and goes long for Miller. He's wide open.
I'll tell you, don't question Glenn Foley's arm. He threw that ball 65 yards in the air, going off his left. You're going to see a receiver come this way, but then when he scrambles, Foley scrambles, he breaks like he is on a scramble drill, something that's practiced all along. Receiver comes into the inside. When he sees the scramble, he breaks to the outside, throws it from his own 5, and that ball lands on the 38-yard line.
51 yards later, first down, BC. Another completion, this time to Anthony Comer. He's got it inside the 30. And Boston College, are they going to use one of their timeouts here? Clock still running. 53 seconds. Foley lining up his troops for a second down and about 2. Throws outside. First down and out of bounds, and stopping the clock is Clarence Cannon at the 24-yard line.
Boston College has all 3 timeouts remaining, and everybody might say, why not use a timeout? often in a 2-minute drill, I found that by calling a timeout, you're really giving the defense time to set up. You're more used to running a 2-minute offense than the defense is. Take advantage of it.
They have yet to use the timeout, as that one stopped the clock by getting out of bounds.
Watch for Pete Mitchell now.
Number 82, the favorite receiver of Glenn Foley, who's yelling to his wide receivers, inaudible, and on first down, goes over the middle, intended for Mitchell, double covered, incomplete. And Mike Collins was back there defensively.
In this situation, when you're throwing a short pass, you really don't care if it's double coverage or not. You see Collins, he knows he has help inside. Here comes the other defensive back. If that ball would have been thrown where it should have been thrown, down by his knees, that would have still been a completion.
Second down and 10. Now Mitchell set up as a wide receiver in tight on the right side. Foley in and out of the hands of Keith Miller. That would have been a tough catch because he has Tommy Orr draped all over him, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
West Virginia is playing what a lot of us call a Mike-free coverage. All of the defensive backs to the outside know they have help in the middle of the field. They play outside technique and force their receivers in. And what you have to do in that situation is send 2 guys across. The first guy takes the free safety out, and you throw to the second one.
If you're 3rd and 10, you might as well be the best team in the Big East on 3rd down, which Boston College is. And Foley to Miller. It's another first down on a 3rd and long to the 10-yard line. 14 yards. And it is going to be 1st and goal for the Eagles of Boston College. 27 seconds left in the half.
That last play, Brad, like I was talking, here's the free man, Charles Emmanuel. Outside technique. They send Mitchell inside. They cross underneath it. 2 guys in the center of the field is what defeats that free coverage. You'll see Emmanuel bite on the tight end. There's the open man. Outside technique. He thought he had help. He had none.
And for Keith Miller, his 6th catch of the day is set up the Eagles. 1st and goal at the 9. Trailing 3-0. Foley waits, and he's intercepted. Matt Tafani, the linebacker. The 3rd turnover suffered by Boston College, and Foley's 2nd interception of the afternoon.
I'm sure Foley would love to have this throw back because that's a throw that we all know is very dangerous. Throwing the ball late near the goal line when you see a secondary receiver. You see Campbell fell down, and that was an easy pickoff. But as you said, he waits and he held the ball. That's what caused the interception. He needed to throw that ball quickly over the middle.
So an interception basically at about the 2-yard line there, 1 in the end zone, and a fumble at the 3-yard line. So inside the 10-yard line, 3 turnovers suffered by Boston College. Jake Kelchner back at quarterback for West Virginia. And now they've just got 18 seconds. And they're going to try something anyway. They're going to try one deep. Into double coverage. Not quite intercepted as Joe Kamara made the grab, and he was out of bounds. So now we've got 11 seconds left in the half.
Never like to throw those interceptions right before halftime.
They should have their own special staff, right?
No, I always thought that you should bring in somebody else to throw those. Designated intercept thrower at the end of the half, you know. Bring in your 3rd-string quarterback to throw it long. And
believe it or not, that's a first incompletion for Kelchner. And it was just a prayer he threw up there. He's 5 out of 6 here in the first half. Walker falls down on a draw play. Had a little help to make sure he fell down from Ted Page. And that will bring the first half to a close. We expected some fireworks. This one's been up and down the field, but when you look at the scoreboard, pretty close to the vest is West Virginia with a perfect 10-0 mark, but only a field goal in the first 2 quarters. They do have the lead over the Boston College Eagles. A half remaining for the Mountaineers to try to go to 11-0. Florida State and Florida still have a date at the Swamp tomorrow, so a lot can still shake down in college football this season. Right now, West Virginia with a 3-point lead, and Mike Logan from the 16 on the kick return. Flags down at the end of the play, and let's see if they got a face mask on Logan as Mike got twisted around. Darrell Porter got down there, but may have gotten a hand in the face mask.
Face mask, defense, 5-yard penalty at the end of the run.
There have not been a lot of penalties. Al Hines, our referee, gives us the call on this one.
Inadvertent, grabs him, but then he kind of rips him on it right here. Those are the kind. Daryl Porter, number 44, is the guy who had him right there, turning him around, and those are the kind they usually give you 15 yards for.
They're only going to walk off 5 against Porter. That's only the second penalty of the game. Boston College is the least penalized team in the Big East. And so Jake Kelchner and the Mountaineer offense set to work from the 25-yard line. Kelchner 5 out of 6, threw a long ball at the end of the half, just hoping to get an interference call. Otherwise, he's hit all his passes. Here comes a blitz. Kelchner incomplete. And nice coverage by Michael Reed, who almost got to Ed Hill a little bit too early. Here's the poll we talked about. Tom Osborne, our congratulations to the Cornhuskers, unbeaten regular season, beating Oklahoma today. Florida State tomorrow against the Gators. West Virginia here leading, but by only 3. Auburn season and Notre Dame season are over. And Gary, if you want to move up and hurdle past Florida State if you're West Virginia, you don't do it by leading 3-0.
Well, the good news is you won, but unfortunately you're going to have to impress some people with the win, and you're going to have to win big, I think, in this football game.
2nd and 10. Kelchner stays in and goes deep. Almost picked off by Joe Kamara. Pass intended for Mike Baker. Kelchner took a shot to the hand as he let go of that one.
Stephen Boyd was one of the guys coming inside. They are putting pressure with running blitzes inside, trying to stop the West Virginia running game. Steve Zabel said, no matter what we have to do, 7, 8, 9 men at the line of scrimmage, we're going to take the running game away and try to force them to throw the ball.
Have we seen a draw play from West Virginia today?
They don't have time to run a draw play.
3rd and 10. Successful only once in 6 previous 3rd downs. Kelchner throws outside, and Kamara almost had another one. It's the Joe Kamara show on this series. Three and out, Mountaineers. Sauerbrunn will kick it away. Kenyatta Watson will drop back deep for the Eagles. Boston College, a great punt blocking team. They haven't been able to get close to Sauerbrunn so far today. Just barely got that one away, and he got a beauty. Watson will field it at the 48. And got back to the 45 of the Mountaineers. So Boston College, a 48-yard kick under heavy pressure, and Sauerbrunn showing why he came in as one of the leading punters in the country. Last one out of the end zone. Let's go to Charlene Hawks.
Brad, I'm down here with not only Glenn Foley's proud dad, but BC's starting quarterback some 20 years ago. Glenn calls it the Stone Age of football. Now, when Glenn first came here his first season, he passed for more yards than you did your whole season. What lessons did you teach him that you wished you had learned?
Well, I think I taught him a lot around the house, but he always keeps bringing it up that he passed for more in 1 year than I did in a total of 2. So, I mean, he gives me a hard time.
We'll be back in a second.
We'll watch the son work on 1st down. Gonna loft one to the sideline for Cannon, and a penalty marker will go down. Mike Logan with a pass interference call. And Glenn Foley up limping, hit again as he threw.
Well, I'll tell you, when you see a wounded quarterback, they're just going to keep coming at him more and more because they see him and they smell blood now.
Pass interference on the defense, 15 yards from the previous spot, automatic 1st down.
That moves it to the 30. Back to Charlene and Dad.
What was Glenn's state of mind? Last week playing number 1, this week playing number 3.
He was all excited about it. He wanted Notre Dame to win, so when we played them, they'd be undefeated. He was also hoping West Virginia would beat Miami, so we had a chance to knock them off also.
Thanks. I understand it's Glenn's mom's birthday, so wish her happy birthday for us.
Happy birthday, Sue.
Upstairs.
Well, Ed and Sue have put together some pretty good athletes, that's for sure. As Glenn Foley's out here playing quarterback, his brother Kevin's a redshirt freshman quarterback at Maryland, and his other brother Cliff just ended a successful baseball career at Villanova. So there's not much athletic talent in that family, huh?
And I heard Dad said just as long as I could beat him in golf a couple of times,
Yeah, right.
I'd be happy.
There's his numbers today. No touchdowns, a couple interceptions. But it's just been one in the end zone and one at the 1-yard line. It's prevented Boston College from really being well out in front of this game. Darnell Campbell takes it to the 35, where it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
West Virginia defense is doing a good job of putting pressure on Foley now and making the plays on the strong running game, keeping Darnell Campbell from getting loose and going. You'll see Steve Dunlap right there. I don't know what kind of signal that is, but he wants pressure on Foley, I'll guarantee it.
They must be doing a pretty good job on Pete Mitchell, too. He's been relatively quiet. He's on a wing left, number 82. 3rd down and 5. Blitz comes again. Foley got it out of the backfield to his other tight end, and it's a 1st down. Brett Gibbons, 1st down, just inside the 18-yard line.
Foley had no alternative but to go to his hot receiver. West Virginia bringing more people than Boston College can pick up. He goes to Gibbons. Gibbons makes a nice job of reaching, stretching. He knows where that 1st down is, stretches across, and makes the play.
Boston College as deep at tight end probably as anybody in the country. But inside the 20 is when the mishaps have occurred today. Campbell very close to another 1st down. Darnell Campbell. Brown made the tackle, but not before Campbell worked his way to the 9-yard line. 2nd and about a yard with 5:39 and the clock running. 3rd quarter. West Virginia leads 3-0. 2nd and a yard. Campbell on a counter, and he maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Nice penetration by West Virginia. This guy, when he gets inside the 10-yard line, look out for number 32. 29 rushes and 11 touchdowns when he's in this spot on the field, and he is the number 2 scorer in NCAA coming into this game. Bam Morris has 22 touchdowns. Darnell Campbell has 20. 3rd and 2, the biggest 3rd down of the day for the Eagles.
Don't forget what got you here. Look for Pete Mitchell, even if he's double covered.
They'll give it to Campbell. 1st down. Did he get there? I think so. With a forward progress, they're going to spot him just outside the 7. That's good enough for a 1st down for the Eagles.
Campbell really is a load. He gets a good head of steam up. He's close to 220 pounds, and he had good body lean, just enough for the 1st down. Inside the 10-yard line again. They've had 3 turnovers, as we've talked about already in this football game, either in the end zone or inside the 5-yard line.
A fumble at the 3, an interception in the end zone, and an interception at the 1-yard line. Here they are down, knocking on the West Virginia defense again. Campbell to the 1. Richardson saved a touchdown.
Mark Borelli, Tom Nalen, Greg Landry did a good job. The inside 3, the center and the 2 guards. That's allowing Campbell to get a burst of steam and get it headed upfield.
2nd down and goal. Don Nehlen hoping his defense can come up with another big gem, as they have 3 times already. But he faces a 220-pound senior named Darnell Campbell, who's got 18 rushing touchdowns this year. 2nd and goal from the 2. The pitch to Campbell. He's not going to get there.
Big-time hit that time by Wes Richardson. The middle linebacker scraping off, reading the play. That's where you have to tackle high also. Near the goal line. You can't afford to tackle the backs low. They'll just jump over you and make the touchdown. You need big, strong strength. Take them off high, wrap up, and make the play. Wes Richardson did it exactly to form.
It is 3rd and goal, Boston College. And they are that far away from the Mountaineer end zone. Remember, West Virginia has only given up 7 rushing touchdowns this year. Campbell. Up and in. Touchdown, Boston College. I think the Eagles had every eligible tight end they've got on the roster on the field, Gary, and they got the blocking needed for the touchdown by Campbell.
Yeah, number 63, Greg Landry and Kendall led the way, but so did the tight end in the backfield, Gordon Laro, as you said. The tight end, the guy that's doing the somersault right there, was the lead blocker.
David Gordon, last week's hero, in for the point after. Finally, a touchdown with 2:55 left, third quarter. Gordon right down the middle. And it was Darnell Campbell a little bit to the left of middle. From a yard and a half out, his 19th rushing touchdown of the season. And the Boston College Eagles fly to the front. 19 rushing touchdowns for number 32, who went over the 1,000-yard mark today. And he went over the top of the West Virginia defense moments ago to cap a 45-yard scoring drive in 9 plays, 8 runs, 1 pass. Campbell had 7 rushes for 20 yards on that last drive. But, Gary, you can't keep giving a team like BC the ball at midfield or at the 45-yard line and expect to keep them out of the end zone.
The key stat in that drive was that it was only 45 yards. You're right, Brad. And I think this is going to open up the football game for West Virginia. I can't stress enough. Boston College has turned over this ball 3 times to none, and they're only losing 7-3, West Virginia is. They're lucky to be in the football game.
Brett Bleeker to kick off. Foley did his job, moving his team to a touchdown. West Virginia, let's see if they've got an answer. High kick again. You may have called fair catch on this. I believe he did. Rashawn Vanderpool, I think a wise move by him. That ball was a mile in the air, and he takes the fair catch call at the 24-yard line. Walker wrapped up. Be shocked if it's not Boyd who made the hit. He was definitely one of them. Dan Kerr was there to help him. There's Stephen Boyd. And West Virginia can't get any offense going against this fired-up BC defense.
Well, you can see it right there in our graphic. -4 yards in the third period. There's 2 minutes to go, but they're running every first down play, and it's not like Boston College isn't telling them, hey, I'm putting 8 guys up here. You're going to have to beat me some other way.
Second down 11. 3 wideouts for Studstill. But he'll still hand it off. There's the first draw play of the day. Woodard dropped for a loss. Mike Mamula, number 59.
Brad, West Virginia seems very confused. This time the middle guard, this guy should be getting double teamed. Tim Morabito runs right through the offensive line. Nobody touches him. Watch in the middle of your screen. Runs right through. They just push him right into the backfield, and they're in there making the play. Page and Morabito, the defensive line for Boston College, is back in the backfield too quick.
A situation you don't want to be in. Third down, 11. Boyd may come on a blitz. He does. Studstill throws on the run. And in and out of the hands of Jay Kernick. Incomplete. It's punting time again.
What a play by Michael Reed, number 17 that time. He just laid out, got his right hand on that pass. That was a very well thrown ball by Studstill. Watch Reed come in from the right side of your screen, just lay out and get his hand on that. That ball would have been caught. That's a big-time play for a corner.
And again, Sauerbrunn will punt it away. Line drive. And Yana Watson takes it on the fly at the 36. And he's back into Mountaineer territory again to the 49-yard line. And again, it will be Boston College going to work in West Virginia's end of the field. And here at 7-3, Boston College with the lead of the ball. And Darnell Campbell, who's all geared up and takes it close to the 43-yard line. Campbell scored on the last BC drive to give them the 7-3 lead.
Well, now you got a problem if you're Steve Dunlap, defensive coordinator for West Virginia. You know, you're all geared up to try to stop the quarterback, to stop Mitchell, and now all of a sudden the running game for Boston College is producing yards. Look at 408 yards already in this game. They are pushing West Virginia all over the football field.
Second down and a long 4. Campbell's got the 4, and he's got more than that. Inside the 35, David Mayfield makes the stop, but give Campbell 8 more yards. He's over 100 on the day. That is 22nd carry, puts him at about 114 on the afternoon.
We talked to Mike Mazer, offensive line coach for Boston College, and he said, my guys are really coming on. They fight, they're using good technique. And we went up to Notre Dame last week, and we blocked them. Might not have been the prettiest blocking, but we blocked them all day.
Winding down the third quarter, and BC driving again. First down, Eagles. Foley in and out of the hands of Brent Gibbons, the tight end, who's had a couple of big catches today. Tim Brown was covering.
Yeah, the timing on that throw was impeccable, and there really isn't a lot of room because on the outside, Tim Brown had him man-to-man. The ball was halfway there before the tight end even came out of the break. Foley's really hurting. His left hip is bothering him, and I think on third down, I wouldn't be surprised to see him use more shotgun because he's having trouble getting away from the center.
Second and 10. Could be the final play, third quarter. Blitz, Campbell drops right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe got a half yard. That time the blitz pays off. Barry Hawkins made the tackle, and the third quarter's come to a close at Alumni Stadium. But the home team now leading undefeated West Virginia. Don Nehlen's troops, 15 minutes left, and they're down 7-3. Final 15 minutes for West Virginia to find a way to come from behind now against Boston College. Their perfect record is on the line. Chance at a possible national championship opportunity is in the balance, and Boston College has got their offense geared up. Third down, a long 9 as we start the fourth quarter from Alumni Stadium. Foley, blitz coming from the Mountaineers. He's going deep. Nice coverage out there by Beasley, who already has 1 interception today, and it will force a Boston College punt. That's what Don Nehlen's team desperately needed.
From Lincoln, Nebraska. Nebraska 21, Oklahoma 7.
So not a lot of reaction from the Boston College fans to that score.
They must have thought it was a basketball score from the big.
You know that it got through to the West Virginia kids, though. They know that Nebraska has won.
They got their hands full right here. They don't care either.
Nebraska 11-0. West Virginia trying to get to that level. It's a great kick. Nice coverage. And, oh, man, the 1-yard line. Now, Mamula and Boyd have been all over the field. They might as well be down there on the punt coverage to down the football at the 1. Aaron Studstill will come in at quarterback again. Senior from Riviera Beach, Florida. He's in a tough spot here. Fires on the run, and oh, you've got to have those catches. Ed Hill just dropped it. Studstill put it out there. Incomplete.
Boston College that time had a 9-man front to go against 2 tight ends for West Virginia. What they did is bring Studstill out of the pocket with a little bit of a play action because they knew he was going to get a little bit of pressure inside. He throws a perfect throw again. This one was dropped. You remember the last one he threw at the end of the last third down play was knocked down. Studstill's putting the ball right there. Someone else has to start making some plays. The receivers have to get open, and then they have to catch the ball.
Ed Hill got open, but he didn't catch the ball. He's got a string of 21 games with at least 1 catch, and that would have been a big one to give them some room to work. Instead, second and 10, just outside the 1. Broken play. Studstill got out of the end zone, or that would have been a safety. Looked like he wanted to hand it off, Gary, and nobody back there to help him.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody wanted it. Boston College had 9 men at the line of scrimmage again. They don't have enough people to block 9 men at the line of scrimmage. They're just trying to get room right now to try to get some room to punt the ball. You can see it. Little confusion in the backfield. Walker thought he was getting a pitch, I think, and Studstill thought he was handing it off.
Third down, a long 9, West Virginia.
It's a huge first down for West Virginia.
And a third down and 9 upcoming. West Virginia hasn't had a first down since 3 minutes remained in the second quarter. Studstill, better watch out for that back line. Throws. And it is 4th down.
Really tough on 3rd and long to only send out one receiver and expect to get him open. See Coach Nealon telling Darren there's nothing else you could do on that play. We had coverage. This time BC dropped people. You're only going to see one guy go out. They're going to play a zone with 2 guys covering them. When only one guy goes out, you keep 10 people back there, 9 people to block, and 1 guy to throw it. There's nobody to throw to.
Another punt. 5th straight 3-and-out situation for the Mountaineers. Sauerbrunn fielded at the 39 by Watson. Watson right up the middle to the 16-yard line. It's 23-yard return by Watson off a 37-yard kick. 1st and 10 just outside the 16. Foley might want it all on the first play. Across the middle, it's Mitchell. Touchdown! Just a matter of time before he found number 82.
The All-American tight end. These 2 guys are on the same wavelength. Look where the ball is thrown, low, by his waist. But watch Mitchell. He's a tight end. It smells the goal line. He's like a fullback now, stretches out, and it's 7 more points for the Eagles.
David Gordon, extra point to try to put BC up 11, and he does. Favorite combination, Foley and Mitchell, have given Boston College another score, and it's 14-3. And now the Eagles, the way they're playing, might make this a rout, because West Virginia's been unable to muster anything on offense. And keep in mind, if you just joined us, 3 times in the first half inside the 10-yard line, Boston College turned the ball over, or this game might be 30-3 right now.
There's no doubt. They spanked them here so far in this football game, the Boston College offense. Glenn Foley has made a couple mistakes. One a poor throw, one they fumbled on a very innocent-looking play, but they have moved the ball at will. They are really an awesome offensive football team when you watch them and all the weapons they have.
And the steam going out of the Mountaineers' claim to being a top 2 or 3 team if they don't muster something in the next 13 minutes, 34 seconds. Remember, the kicks have been high and short for Brett Bleeker. In fact, the last one had to be fair caught. This time, I think they're going to get a chance for a return from the 22, Vanderpool, but there is no return. The hang time, quite frankly, on these kickoffs is just too excellent, and Darryl Porter down to make an excellent play on the special teams. From the 23, a counter that loses yardage. Walker goes down. Chris Sullivan.
Yeah, Mamula also was in the middle of that. He crashed from the outside, number 59, and just met it in the backfield. You know, Mamula goes 6'5", 235. He's just tough to block. Left side of your screen, you see the blitz, the corner blitz. Mamula comes inside, he beats Ryan, and he's in the backfield before you can handle it. That corner blitz has been tough on this offense all game. From the outside, Kamara is just playing havoc on it.
Second down, 13. Crowd is really into it now. Studstill got a nice block and lofts one out there, incomplete, intended for Koenig. And a flag down. They're going to call interference on BC. So
First penalty, personal foul, roughing the passer on the defense. Second penalty, defensive pass interference on the defense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
Al's out of breath.
He needs to get in shape, doesn't he? Al, it's a big game, but not that big a game. You're going to see the roughing the passer come. He lets it go, takes a few more steps, and that's the big hit by Mike Panos right there, the roughing the passer. Now here, from the outside, Michael Reed is the guy they call interference on. Boy, that is a real poor call. I don't see that at all.
First First down, West Virginia. Stud still out to Walker. Lofted it out there, and Walker gets 9 or 10. Finally, West Virginia gets something going on offense. Ted Page, the defensive end, ran Walker out of bounds. He is close to a first down. It's going to be second and a couple of feet.
Fran, when you think about it, that Boston College was up on Notre Dame by 21 points with 11 minutes to go, and Notre Dame scored 3 touchdowns in 5 minutes. I don't think anybody's breathing easily on the Boston College sideline.
West Virginia's got to hope they've got some of that Notre Dame magic, though, in their offense.
Well, they're going to be forced to open it up. I know that's not the late game plan they like to use, but they're going to have to use it now.
Second and a yard. Don Nehlen's team unbeaten at 10-0, but that was a precarious 10-0, trailing 14-3. I don't know if they got the first down on that run either. And again, Page came flying in there to undercut Woodard. Mamula and Page from that side, and it is not a first down.
Also, Joe Kamara again, number 5, coming from the outside. The corner blitz. When West Virginia sends 2 receivers away, he's the short side corner, and he's coming in from the outside, and it's like a slanting defense. He's making the play, and it's very tough to block.
Not the biggest guy, Kamara, only 5'9", 169, but he always gets around the football, makes a lot of tackles.
You don't have to be that big when nobody's blocking.
That's true. Third and a yard. Stud still stumbled and didn't get it. Mamula, Boyd, and company are there, and he looks to be about a foot short still. It would be fourth down. First down by the length of the football, so I stand corrected. I thought he was going to be short by about that much.
I think he really was here. If you watch the play, he gets hit, he stumbles, he gets stepped on as he turns, and now watch, Mamula grabs him, and yeah, he does fall across the line, so I don't know how he squeezed through there, but he did.
Long dry spell between first downs, but they've got one here, and they've got Walker off to the races. To the 34-yard line. Robert Walker's biggest gainer of the day. Give him 20. And now the Mountaineers have got it down in Boston College territory at the 34-yard line with 11 minutes, 18 seconds to go.
You asked for the draw earlier, Brad. You finally got it on that one. A little bit of a sprint draw. Stud still comes back, hands it off. Good block up front by Woodard, and as Walker's into the secondary, really for the first time in the game, he was able to run up the middle of the Boston College defense and pick up some big yardage.
First and 15. Stud still on a quarterback draw. He got the 5 back, and a couple more, and then Kamara let him have it.
That was a good call. First and 15 to be able to pick up 7 yards on first down. Take advantage of what Stud still does. Coming back in the pocket. You see it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then he's running the quarterback draw from it. Studsel's able to get outside the corner. And Kamara makes a nice tackle on the play. But still a 7 or 8 yard gain. They'll take it all day on first down and 15.
Stud still has not thrown much today, but he has a couple of games with 3 touchdowns this year against Temple and Rutgers, but this BC fired-up defense is not Temple and Rutgers. He's 1 out of 6 today. Now he's 2 out of 7, but Walker will be stopped. It's got to be Mamula, and it is. Mike Mamula, great game a week ago against Notre Dame. 14 tackles and 2 sacks, and with that 4.6 speed, showing it out there in the flat.
Maboo! Maboo! That's what they're shouting. He's coming in on a pass rush, sees the play, and when you're 6'5", you can turn around and run that type of speed back and make the play. You know you're a good football player.
Mike is sophomore. A shoulder injury hampered him last season, but boy, has he been something this year.
Maboo! I like that.
Third down 11. I like the way you do it. Stud still over the middle to Ryan as tight end. He got it inside the 30, and now is it fourth down territory to go for it here, Garrett?
Oh, no doubt about it. 8 minutes to go in the game, and you need 2 touchdowns. They got to go for it. 4th and 5. Considering where they've started every drive, I mean, this is as good as you're going to get.
Kearney will bring in the play from Don Nehlen. Kearney, number 18. Eagles, 14. Mountaineers, only 3. 12 for 20 on the year on 4th down. season for West Virginia may hang in the balance of this 4th and 6. Ryan again. He's got the first down. Dragged down by Eric Shorter, but he's got it at the 21-yard line.
There was no option on that play. Boston College came with an all-out blitz. West Virginia did not have enough people to pick it up. You could see it. Stutzville had to let it go. Panos right in his face, and he hits the tight end. How about that? The forgotten man in the West Virginia offense has 2 big key receptions to keep their hopes alive in this drive.
8 catches coming into the game. Ryan's got 2 gigantic ones that Gary just talked about. And a first down at the 21. Stutzville. Woodard the closest man, but he threw that one way high and deep.
West Virginia is finally now starting to find Kamara coming off the corner. This time the faking back was able to take his fake and picking up and allow Stutzville time to throw the ball. Coming from the outside, you see Kamara. It's still a 5-man blitz coming from the outside, and you can see Robert Walker picked him up, and that allowed Stutzville to get rid of the ball.
2nd and 10. West Virginia would love to get in that end zone.
Brad, that blitz has been more effective versus the run today than the pass.
11th play of the drive. In desperate need of a touchdown. Stutzville throws back. Mike Baker got one hand on it, but he was slipping down and couldn't make the catch. Incomplete. It's 3rd and 10.
Yeah, if he played goalie in soccer, that would be a great play right there.
Could have had a glove save there.
It was a glove save. You can see it. The ball gets tipped by Stephen Boyd right there as he continues to make the play. And from the outside, Mike Baker tries to make one of those highlight-type catches.
He hung with that thing, got a glove on it, but couldn't hold it. It's 3rd and 10. And again, 2-down territory here with only 7:48 to play in the ball game. Boston College leads 14-3 and trying to spoil Don Nehlen's perfect regular season. West Virginia 10-0 coming into this one. Stutzville had it batted up in the air. Ted Page with the big play.
Give Steve Szabo, the defensive coordinator for Boston College, credit. Every 3rd down play in this drive, he's come with the blitz. That time, he faked the blitz. The 2 linebackers, they use the sugar technique, we call it. They step up, they step up, they step up, and then they bail back out into the zone. Caught Stutzville a little bit off balance, and he's got 4th down and 10 yards.
And we'll talk it over on the sideline. Timeout. West Virginia with 7 minutes and 44 seconds left in front of a hostile packed house at Alumni Stadium, trailing 14-3. And now they're down to 1 timeout remaining, 2, but they've got a 4th and 10 to try to pick up when we come back. They picked up a 4th and 6 earlier in this drive. Boy, they're going to have to earn this one. Kearney and Baker out to the top of your screen as the wideouts for Darren Stutzville. In trouble, throws to the end zone. And a penalty marker in the end zone will have pass interference. And it will be another first down by penalty for West Virginia.
Joe Kamara is the guy that time. If he would have just turned around and looked for the ball, he would have been able to stay away from that penalty, but he just raised his arms. West Virginia that time, Brad, only sent out 2 receivers. Had Boston College played zone, they would have been dead.
Pass interference. Defense, a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the snap. Automatic first down.
That moves it all the way down inside the 10-yard line as we get another look.
The ball was thrown late, and the receiver had to turn around, but Clifford and Kamara were the 2 guys that were there. You see it. If he could have just turned his head around, he would have been all right. But West Virginia, again, now has the ball at the 6-yard line.
First and goal at the 6. West Virginia was down close once before and had to settle for a 20-yard field goal. Ed Hill and Mike Baker, the wideouts here, but you got to expect maybe Robert Walker. Nope, they'll give it to Woodard instead, and he goes in untouched. Boston College may have been thinking about Walker, and Rodney Woodard scoots in from the 6. And now, do you go for 2, Gary, or kick an extra point here? It's 14-9.
We're going to see right now if Don Nehlen's playing for the national championship or the Big East championship. because he needs a win to be in the national championship picture. And I think if you look at Boston College, you might kick a field goal. That would get them 17. If you miss, you only have 9. That means an 8-point spread to tie it. I'd kick the extra point right here in this situation. Make it a 4-point game and say, listen, I'm going to get the ball back and win it.
West Virginia has decided likewise against that, though, and we'll go for 2 here. 2-point conversion attempt, trying to cut the gap to a field goal. Stubbs still. Intercepted. Picked off by Michael Reed. Michael Reed with the play of the game.
The point I'm trying to make again is Boston College now comes down and kicks a field goal. It's 17-9. You're 8 points down, and you can't win the game even with a 2-point conversion. That time, West Virginia tried to come out and run a pick play. Boston College sat in the zone, and they ended up with the interception. Stops the 2-point conversion on the good zone coverage from the inside, and that's a big play because, again, it's a 5-point game. A field goal by Boston College would really put the game away for West Virginia and put their title hopes away.
The penalty on the interception of the 2-point conversion against Boston College has given West Virginia the opportunity to kick from midfield. And Gary, Boston College is thinking onside kick. They've got all their tight ends and wide receivers, 9 of them, within 10 yards of the upcoming kick.
Yeah, that's key. On the return, there was a blocking below the waist, and that's going to give a 15-yard penalty. And they have the possibility now of trying an onside kick and not being penalized too badly if they don't pick it up.
Sauerbrunn will kick. Away, and he blasts this one out of the end zone. So it'll be the 20-yard line for Boston College with a 5-point lead and 7:36 to go. Boston College trying to spoil West Virginia's dreams of a perfect regular season. They lead the Mountaineers 14-9, and now they're 7:25 away from being able to pull that trick off and win their 9th straight ball game.
Really was a fantastic drive for West Virginia. 2 fourth-down plays got them the touchdown, in the position for the touchdown. And now the pressure is back on Glenn Foley to produce another drive and take the momentum back in this football game.
Worst starting position of the second half for BC. But Foley stands tall as all day, and now he'll take off. Does a slide and a late hit. Steve Perkins put a helmet in to Foley and shouldn't have, and it's going to cost him extra yards.
Defense, 15-yard automatic first down.
Well, it's amazing. Glenn Foley knew exactly how far he had to go. He had to get the ball to the 30-yard line because of the touchback right here. West Virginia is only rushing 3 players. You see Foley coming out, limping just a bit. He knows he has to get to that line. He goes down across the line, and boom, Perkins picks up 15 more yards.
So all the way to the 45 in one play. And now West Virginia's maybe wishing they had tried an onside kick. It wouldn't have been much worse than this. All the Eagles need is a sustained march because West Virginia has but 1 timeout left, remember.
They're going to have to do it, I think, throwing the football because West Virginia has 7 and 8 men close to the line of scrimmage.
Foley sends Mitchell in motion. Gives it off to Campbell. Richardson hanging on, or Campbell would have went off for a big gainer because that was a lot of open space on that side of the field.
Can't talk enough about the job the offensive line has done for Boston College really since the Northwestern loss. They've really found themselves. It's no accident when a quarterback has great stats, he's the beneficiary of that offensive line doing a job. Nayland, Landry, and Kendall. Seems like they've had great success running the ball to the left side of the formations today.
Boston College started the season 0-2, losing 23-7 to Miami, and then the game Gary alluded to, a 1-point setback to Northwestern. Campbell, about a yard short of the first down. 3rd and 1 coming up. Derek Wiley made the stop.
Campbell really is a workhorse for this football team. You know, we talked about the great running game, the passing game for Boston College, but let's talk again. Boston College runs the ball 42 times a game, throws the ball 32 times a game. I mean, that's the average for the year, and that guy gets the bulk of the carries.
As we mentioned earlier, became the 9th 1,000-yard rusher in Boston College history. He's done it in style, 100-yard day. 3rd and 1. He'll probably get it one more time here. Everybody stacked up close for the Mountaineers defensively. Campbell, first down.
It's the same play that Darnell Campbell scored on. Watch the tight end Gordon Laro. He's the guy that's the lead back in this type of formation. He comes in and he's up back. You see Mitchell coming across. Number 98 is the guy blocking the middle linebacker. That's a simple pickup for a first down. Good execution by the tight ends for Boston College.
Campbell will get a breather after his 26th carry. David Green comes in at the tailback spot. 1st and 10 BC. Green. He finds an opening. Little change of pace going from 220 pounds of Campbell to 192 of Green. Green picks up about 6 yards.
Really was a nice job by David Green that time. Last year he carried the ball 71 times, averaging 3.4, so he's got plenty of experience for this type of offense from the tailback position. Just doesn't have the opportunity to carry it a lot, this offense, because of Campbell.
West Virginia coming in was the team that rushed for 7th best in the country today. It's belonged to Boston College, that rushing total, 121 on the ground. Most of it Darnell Campbell. But Green with a nice pickup there. 2nd and 3. Now they come with Anthony Comer. And he's close to a first down. And that clock just keeps ticking. 3:49 remaining.
It keeps ticking, and it also has them pretty close to field goal range in this game now. 3.5 minutes, as you say, before the next one will even be snapped.
Boston College took over with 7:36 remaining on the clock. And as Gary mentioned, if you go for 2, as West Virginia did, and don't get it, which they didn't, if Boston College goes down and gets 3, it'll be a long way back for West Virginia and a very short time to do it.
See, my argument was for going for 2 didn't help West Virginia at all. They needed to win this football game. They were going to go for the win no matter what. They needed 2 touchdowns, whether that 1 point, they needed the 1 point more than the 2 points, really.
Jake Kelchner warming up, hoping for another chance. Studstill has played the majority of this half. Kelchner and Studstill shared time in the first half. 1st and 10, Boston College. From the 32 of West Virginia, and it's number 32 again, and Campbell. 5 more. And his lineman out there not only blocking for him, but protecting him as well. Oriskovich was out there mixing it up a little bit with one of the Mountaineers.
There's no better feeling for an offense than to put away a game when you keep your defense on the bench. I know in the huddle right now, Glenn Foley's saying, no penalties. Guys, block them. If you miss them, we'll just take whatever happens. But no big penalties right now. We got this game in our hands. Let's finish the game on the field.
2nd down and 5 from the 27 of West Virginia. And time running out on West Virginia's hopes for an unbeaten season. Loose ball. And West Virginia's covered it. The break they needed just came with 2:24 left in the football game. And coming out of the pile is Mike Logan. Exactly what Boston College had tried to avoid, just keep it on the ground and use clock. But Green fumbling on this play.
Green fumbled, but from the secondary, I think it was Perkins, number 97, that got his hand on the ball just after it was handed off. And I'll tell you, hold on to your seat. This one's going to get wild now.
14-9, 2:23 left. West Virginia has 1 timeout left, and it'll be Studstill at quarterback. Perkins, the guy that knocked that ball away from Green, remember, had the personal foul on Foley that helped BC get their drive going, so he got one back for him. Studstill. Baker took a big hit, held onto the ball. It's his first catch. Eric Shorter let him have it right in the ribs, and only a pickup of about 3.
Boston College laying back, playing zone defense, should try to make things happen in front of them. But remember, the college rules, every first down, the clock stops. We did a game earlier in the year, Illinois, Minnesota. Illinois ran 11 plays in 57 seconds with no timeouts.
Aaron Stubbs still trying to do what Johnny Johnson did in that one for the Illini. Boston College, 4 critical turnovers have given West Virginia the opportunity they've been looking for. Woodard into the secondary. And the man who got the only touchdown of the day for the Mountaineers has them back in Boston College territory. 16 yards, first down. And it has gotten definitely quiet at Alumni Stadium.
There's a way that those turnovers have a way of coming back and haunting you. Boston College has had 4 of them in this football game. And now Woodard's got the ball over midfield.
From the 45, Studstill scrambles around. He may take off here, and will. And goes out of bounds wisely to stop the clock. Picked up about 7 yards to the 38 and got out with 1:20 to go.
What a dream come true for Darren Studstill. Being able to lead this football team down the field, have a chance to win a game that could put you in a championship game for the national championship.
Nebraska has already beaten Oklahoma. West Virginia trying to come from behind in the last 80 seconds to beat Boston College and remain perfect as well. 2nd down and 3. Studstill completes it to the 24-yard line, and Mike Baker has cooked up 2 big catches on this drive.
Mike Baker caught that ball right on the sideline. One of the things that you see in a 2-minute drill by the defense is they start to get a little bit nervous. This time Michael Reed pushes him out right here, but just is able to get both of his feet in.
And he's done it. Studstill and the Mountaineer offense without using that one final timeout they have left. 1st and 10. Studstill fires. Touchdown! Ed Hill! And West Virginia in front. "24 yards. Ed Hill's first catch of the day, and certainly the biggest of the season for the Mountaineers.
Now West Virginia needs to go for 2 in this situation to make it a 3-point game. What a play, what a throw, what a drive.
Nealon trying to sort everything out on the sideline. A 1-point game. The extra point does you no good. As Gary said, you may as well go for 2. 1:08 left. The question is, has West Virginia left too much time on the clock for Glenn Foley? Here's another look at how the Mountaineers scored.
Props back. West Virginia rushing 5 people, man-to-man coverage to the outside. You see Shorter just gets turned around a little bit. Hill makes the play. Whenever you're running bump and run coverage and you have your back to the quarterback and you don't see the ball, you're at the mercy of the wide receiver. He sees it, you don't, you stop, make the catch, give yourself and a chance, your team a chance for the national championship. I tell you, when Don Nealon told us he's going to be searching Jerry Punch-Up after this game.
Jerry, get ready. 68 seconds from a perfect regular season. Studstill, the quarterback, now will bring him up for a 2-point conversion. You have to wonder if West Virginia will use a little option football with Studstill's skills here to try to pick up 2. Walker and Woodard in the backfield behind him. He rolls out and throws, and he's got his man. And it's a 3-point game. He got it to Jay Kearney. 17-14 Mountaineers.
Can Glenn Foley do it again?
He has much the same look he had last week against Notre Dame. The chin strap is already snapped, as if to say, just let me get back out there. Don Nealon said yesterday, if we beat Boston College and finish 11-0 and are not in a game for the national championship, you guys are going to have to come and bail me out of jail. But right now, we have got 68 seconds of electricity remaining at Alumni Stadium. The kick to Ransom at the 2-yard line. They need some field position, and boy, did they almost have more than that. That may have been a touchdown-saving tackle on that kick return by Mike Logan. Foley was brilliant in the drive a week ago, calmly taking the Eagles down to that field position for Gordon's kick. Let's see how he does this time. Too far for Clarence Cannon. David Gordon missed a 40-yarder against Northwestern that could have won that game, and then came back against Notre Dame and won it. He had one blocked by the Mountaineers' David Mayfield last year that could have won the game. So he's got a 1-1-1 mark on the graphic you just looked at.
West Virginia's in with their dime look. They've got 6 defensive backs in the game.
Foley, great catch. That was not an easy catch by Anthony Comer, and he takes it out of bounds for a pickup of about 4 or 5. 3rd down and 5 coming up. That part is really academic. The clock, and now Boston College saying they got out of bounds, and I thought they did. The clock continuing to run.
Well, he should take a timeout.
Is Foley on 3rd down and 10. Fires, completes it. And it's going to be good enough for a 1st down with forward progress, but now they're going to have to get a timeout with 17 seconds to go. Pickup of 13. Time for about 3 more plays for the Eagles. 17 seconds and less left. Foley fires. Man there. Out of bounds at the 40 to Michael Campbell with 10 seconds left.
Nice play. They faked Campbell that time to hitch and go, and then he double hitched on the play. They need one more pass to get it around the 20 to 25-yard line to have a real legitimate shot on a field goal. Get back. 10 seconds to go, and they still have a timeout, so they can't throw the ball anywhere on the football field.
1st down, 10 seconds left. Foley going deep. It's going to be intercepted, and the Mountaineers will win. And it's Mike Logan. And West Virginia's perfect regular season is safe. Don Nealon and his Mountaineers, for the 2nd time, have finished a regular season with an unblemished mark, as they did in '88. They've done it again with an interception on the final play of the game, and they beat Boston College, a come-from-behind 17-14 win. And Don Nealon said, "I'll find you, Jerry Punch, if we win this game."
I'm with him.
Go ahead, Jer.
We're with Coach Don Nealon, and Coach, congratulations on an incredible 2nd half.
I'm telling you, to be honest, I'm not real sure we even deserved to win the game. Our kids hung in there, and we finally got something going at the end. And these kids have never quit all year. They've really busted it. I thought Boston College just played a great football game. I really did. I think Tom and his staff were outstanding. And, you know, last year we couldn't get one break, and this year we got a lot of them. So good Lord's been with us. We'll take it. That's 11-0, baby. 11-0.
Hey, Coach, is the win big enough for consideration for a national championship? You're 11-0.
Well, my feeling's very simple. A team that loses doesn't do everything in their power to have a chance to play for the national championship. This team has won every single game, played 4 or 5 bowl teams. Certainly, we ought to be given the opportunity to play. Did Nebraska win today?
Nebraska won, yes, sir.
Well, in my opinion, if us two don't play, then it's strictly political. And I don't care how good Florida State is. That's not the idea. This team beat the team that beat Notre Dame. And it's just as obvious. As dumb as I am, I can figure that out. We should be playing Nebraska for the national championship. Congratulations to Tom Osborne. He's great.
Coach, congratulations. Don Nealon headed off the field, guys. He's very adamant they belong in the Orange Bowl against the Big 8 champion, Nebraska.
They beat the man that beat the man that beat the man. 11-0. for West Virginia with a 17-14 win. For Gary Danielson, Charlene Hawks, Jerry Punch, and our entire ESPN crew, I'm Brad Nessler saying so long from Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts. Stay tuned. SportsCenter is coming up next, and more college basketball yet tonight.